Do I believe in the afterlife? I, I don't know. It's possible, I guess. I do believe in spirits, especially bourbon. Yeah, yeah, I believe in that. Hey, howdy, y'all. It is Friday, September 23rd. Bottle 23. I guess, yeah, bottle 23. Oh, the final 3 days on a weekend seems appropriate, better than ending, on a Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. So, although that, can happen, but lucky for us, it's the weekend. Oh, yeah. Anybody else just absolutely love nose and bourbon? I love walking through a distillery or driving. Even here in Kentucky, when we drive up the interstate, if Jim Beam is mashing, you can smell it for miles. Absolutely love the smell. Love the smell of a warehouse, rick house. Sorry, not a warehouse, rick house. Even though some places are calling them a barrel warehouse now instead of a rick house. Those are usually places that store the barrels upright, stacked and on pallets. But hey, as long as it ages, it's all that matters. Interesting smell on this one. Smelling corn for sure. Some floral. Excuse me, some floral essence. Not fairy dust. Essence of flowers. Y'all know what I'm talking. Some of y'all know what I'm talking about. That's a story for another video. All right, y'all, let's get into it. Cheers, y'all. Definitely some pepper there. Man, I got a hug clear down to here already. But it's not one that's like kicking me in the guts or anything. It's a nice smooth burn, but not overpowering. I'm really getting some caramel and some oak coming through. Yeah, not bad. So bottle 23. Let's discuss it. J. Mattingly Afterlife, bottled at 114 proof. It is small batch bourbon whiskey. Most of the J. Mattingly stuff, well, not most, some of the J. Mattingly stuff is done by through Private Barrel Select. This is from this selection. There was 122. This is bottle 122 out of 162 bottles that were purchased. The sticker on the back says distilled in Kentucky and Indiana. That's because Mattingly sources all their bourbons, light whiskeys, rye, everything. They are blenders. So what you get to do on a barrel select when you go in is your group of people is tasting all these barrels, literally all these barrels, and you get to blend when you find your favorites. Try and blend them, see how it tastes, until you come up with what your group deems is the perfect blend, and then purchase as many bottles of it as you like, depending on the amounts available in the barrels. Sometimes they're short barrels, and there's not much in there. So this one, I'm not sure where this pick came from, or who picked it. But Mattingly's all about the experience. If you've never been, I'd recommend going. There was some stories floating around years ago about some things happening there, but you know, stories are stories. They are what they are, and you just got to experience it for yourself. As far as I'm concerned, I've been there a few times. The experience has been pretty cool, being able to drink directly from barrels, as many barrels as you want, and blending them together to try and come up with something that works really well. It's kind of like being a mad professor, if you will. So, but this one in particular, yeah, it's not bad. Usually the best thing that comes out of Mattingly's, they're light whiskeys, which are usually 13 to 14 year. But this one, I'm not sure the age on this one, and I'm not sure what all was blended. I think the reason it says distilled in Kentucky and Indiana is they used to have barrels from Kentucky. I believe it was O.Z. Tyler, and then from Indiana from MGP. I'm not sure when this one was picked, but the last time I was there, all the bourbon that they had available was from MGP, and the ryes were from MGP, light whiskeys from MGP. So they've got some good stuff available down there, and it's really fun if you've never, and you don't have to be with a club or anything. You can go in off the street, and you have to pay for a tasting, which is like $25-30, and then you get to go back there and taste through the barrels. You can have the barrels blended. You can ask them to blend this barrel, this barrel, this barrel, come up with your own special blend, and purchase up to 6 bottles. I think you could purchase more than 6 bottles, but you can only take 6 bottles at a time out of the distillery. So, so if you've got a group of you, 3 or 4, and you go in and everybody maxed out at 6, if it's 4 people, you could take 24 bottles home that day. And then you get to name the bottle whatever you want to name it, something that has meaning to you. And they hand do all the labels right there while you wait. So it's pretty cool. Yeah, so hope you guys enjoy it. Mattingly's kind of a hit or miss, and it depends on the people and the blend and everything. So like I said, Mattingly for me is a personal experience, and I enjoy going out there and just blending my own, or going with a group of people that I know that have a good palate. At least as far as my palate goes, it matches up. So there you have it. J. Mattingly, Afterlife 114 proof small batch bourbon whiskey private barrel select. That is your bottle 23 of the 25 days. Hope you guys have a great weekend. Stay safe out there, y'all. Don't drink and drive, but do drink. And as always, bourbon on, y'all.